Over the weekend, the nation's largest manufacturer of baby formula announced it reached an agreement with the FDA to restart production.
It is a step in the right direction, but even with the announcement, the formula shortage hitting families right here in southern Colorado and really across the country is expected to continue for weeks.
And our News 5's Patrick Nelson joining us live this morning with a report of exactly what's going on. Good morning, Patrick.
Unfortunately, this is going to take time, and that's exactly what scammers like to take advantage of. Abbott Nutrition leaders say it could take as many as 3 weeks before their new formula starts arriving on store shelves to try to ease this shortage and pressure on those families. Unfortunately, that's enough time for fraudsters to make one last push to rip off desperate parents who aren't careful.
Who preys on a mother's vulnerability like that at a time like this?
Concerned families are sharing their frustrations from coast to coast while trying to avoid scams created by people looking to cash in on the fear of not being able to track down that precious formula babies need. Elizabeth Snyder has been on the hunt for baby formula to try to help her sister-in-law and infant nephew.
She has left so many stores crying. Stood in the Walmart aisles crying because she doesn't know how she's going to be able to feed her baby.
In the month of May alone, the Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker has several reports of consumers losing hundreds of dollars trying to purchase baby formula online. Snyder says on social media, she thought she found someone who could help with the perfect deal for her family's formula needs.
She said, hey, I have 14 cans of this Enfamil Gentle Ease formula that my sister-in-law in Tennessee was needing. Where are you located? I can send them to you. Like, she sent me a photo of the 14 cans on top of her refrigerator. Otherwise, I would have thought it was sketchy myself.
Snyder's sister sent money to a provided Cash App account and waited for the delivery, but after a few days, bad news.
I think that girl blocked me. I said, what? So I get on my messenger and I was like, oh my gosh, like you just saw the gray silhouette of the head instead of her profile picture. She was nowhere to be found.
The money gone, and so is the person who appeared to be a parent who just wanted to help. Here's some advice to avoid these types of attacks. First, check out the seller or company. Search for complaints and scam reports. Also, consider how you pay. Credit cards offer the most protection. Be careful with cash apps, cryptocurrency, and never pay in gift cards. Also, know your rights when it comes to shipping dates, delays, and refunds. Lastly, search for local resources first before going online. Your first call should be to your doctor and local nutrition assistance programs.
So Patrick, anything that people can do to try to increase, or especially like lawmakers, the accountability for these scammers?
These scams are despicable, right? We know these families are really feeling the pressure. I mean, to rip those people off, we want to hold them accountable. Ultimately, the best thing we can do is report these things that seem fishy, that will warn consumers and ultimately expose the attacks that are happening right now.
And as a mom to young kids, I know how desperate you can get as a parent when you need to feed them, whether it's formula, you're looking for breast milk. But the first, I guess, question for me is, how do moms find it? Is there a step right now they can take?
If I had those answers, we probably wouldn't be in this situation. But here's what I can tell you is the first call, as I mentioned, should be to your doctor and to look to those local resources. After that, I'm hearing at smaller drugstores, they may actually have a supply, because the bigger stores, that's where we're seeing a run on anything that's there. My sister actually has a 6-month-old, so my nephew relies on formula. I heard she had some success ordering online from one of the big warehouse stores, so you should constantly look at that. But ultimately, if you need to, there are mother's breast milk banks. Moms actually donate their breast milk. It's frozen, it's safe, and so that is also something that can help if you're really up against it.
Goes through a large process too to be able to do that. Thank you, Patrick.